I used the Martin Luther King speech, the I Have a Dream speech. There's a very nice YouTube video that has the speech with the text.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
And there's some really nice examples within that speech. There's some unusual examples because it's a speech and it's very dramatic and there are some long pauses and things. But there are also some really good examples of connected speech when he says things like brothers and sisters and everything runs together, and some other examples that I don't remember. And everybody knows it, so it's useful.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
But it was very nice in terms of pacing and pausing, and for students to see how, if they're public speaking, especially for presentation skills for company students, the effect of some of those techniques that we talk about in the lessons, but they don't necessarily see in real life.
Okay, for language learners, there's a very famous public debate which was filmed on television in the 1960s between 2 people in the States who wanted to be president. So we had Richard Nixon and we had Kennedy on the other side. It was a very, very famous televised debate. And basically, people say that that debate decided the election because Kennedy came across in his public debate, his public speaking, so much better than Nixon did.
Only you can decide what you want this country to be, what you want to do with the future. I think we're ready to move, and it is to that great task, if we're successful, that we will address ourselves.
So it's an interesting thing for a language learner to watch in terms of how somebody presents themselves in public and how they come across to the audience. Linguistically, it's quite complex, but I think you can find on YouTube and other places versions of the speech with subtitles. But it's not just the language that's interesting, it's the actual presence of the 2 candidates in the debate and the big difference between them and how one of them clearly comes across much better than the other one does.
Well, I think not one specific speech, but the TED Talks that are available on YouTube, etc., are fantastically interesting.
They translated from Latin and Greek into Arabic, into Persian, and then it was translated on into the Germanic languages of Europe and the Romance languages, and so light shone upon the dark ages of Europe.
They're not too long, and they're often very good speakers and well illustrated, and I think those would be worth looking at, and I think you can get transcriptions of them as well, so I would totally recommend the TED Talks.
There is a wonderful example of public speech given by Steve Jobs at Stanford University in 2005.
Today, I want to tell you 3 stories from my life. That's it. No big deal. Just 3 stories.
It shows how your speech can be powerful and impressive. It has a clear structure. It consists of 3 parts. You can also find in this speech examples of different grammar structures like third conditionals, modals in past, and others. But the main thing that you can learn from this speech how to give a great, wonderful speech.
I've recently been using with advanced students a paragraph from the speech that Michelle Obama gave to the Democratic Party convention in 2012. It will be there on YouTube. Go and listen to it and find the bit in the speech which is about 8 minutes before the end of the speech where she gives that paragraph. It's beautifully constructed, and I've used it for talking about grammatical construction, but also about how to speak well, because she speaks it supremely well.
And if proud Americans can be who they are and boldly stand at the altar with who they love, that surely we can give everyone in this country a fair chance at that great American dream.
It's just magic, and if you could speak English like that, wow, fantastic.